If you could own property in one of the fastest growing, most in-demand markets in the country, with year-round sunshine, strong job growth, and a constant stream of people moving in, wouldn't you at least take a closer look? Well, that place exists, and it's right here in Central Florida. Hi, I'm David Weber, broker and operating manager of State Property Management right here in Central Florida. For over 25 years, I've worked with real estate investors and property owners, helping them manage long-term rental properties in one of the most dynamic and fast-growing regions in the country. Today, I want to talk to you about why Central Florida, and especially the greater Orlando area, is such a strong market for long-term rental investment. Whether you're looking to diversify your portfolio, plan for retirement, or simply build wealth over time, this region offers some powerful advantages, and I'll walk you through them in a real, honest, and practical way. Let's start with the fundamentals, the stuff that really drives long-term returns. Central Florida continues to see massive population growth. Orlando alone ranks as one of the fastest growing metro areas in the country. Every month, thousands of people move here. Some are coming for jobs, some for lifestyle, some for retirement, and many are just looking for a better quality of life. The economic foundation here is strong, with major employers in healthcare, aerospace, defense, education, tech, and of course tourism. Big names like Disney, Universal, Lockheed Martin, Advent Health, Siemens, and growing tech and logistic hubs are fueling steady job creation here. Add to that a relatively low cost of living, no state income tax, and great weather year-round. You start to see why people are coming and why they stay. And when population and job growth rise together, housing demand follows. That's where long-term rental property becomes a really smart strategy. Now, let's talk strategy, because a lot of folks ask me about short-term rentals versus long-term. Short-term rentals have been popular in recent years. The appeal is understandable: higher nightly rates, flexible usage, and the vacation market here is huge. But what people often don't factor in are the downsides: regulatory risk, higher operating costs, constant turnover, increased wear and tear, and the need for hands-on or costly management. Plus, Central Florida cities and counties have started tightening regulations on short-term rentals in residential zones. So if you're not careful, your income property could suddenly become a liability. Long-term rentals, on the other hand, offer more stability. You're dealing with 12-month leases, predictable income, usually lower overhead. You're also serving a different tenant base: people who are relocating, working professionals, families looking to settle down, retirees downsizing, not just weekend travelers. When managed well, long-term rentals provide consistent cash flow and less volatility, and that's what most investors really want: peace of mind and long-term gain. Another reason this region stands out: diversity of opportunity. You've got a wide range of property types at different price points. Want a condo near downtown Orlando or UCF? You've got options. Looking for single-family homes in Oviedo, Winter Garden, or Lake Nona? You'll find solid properties with strong school zones and steady demand. There are even multi-family opportunities in areas like Sanford, Deltona, and parts of Polk and Osceola counties that are seeing rapid development. And then you have more rural or up-and-coming areas like St. Cloud, Davenport, parts of Lake County, Polk County, and Marion County, where prices are still reasonable and demand is growing quickly. The key is knowing the local market, what areas attract good tenants, what rental rates are realistic, and what kind of upkeep you're looking at long-term. And that's where we come in. At State Property Management, we're a licensed real estate brokerage, but we don't handle buying or selling. We focus exclusively on managing long-term rental property throughout Central Florida and the Orlando area. That said, we regularly work with investors and their realtors to offer insight from a property management perspective before and after a purchase. If you're evaluating a potential rental property, and want to understand the rent range, tenant demand, potential maintenance concerns, or how a property might perform over time, we're here to give you real, honest feedback. Our goal is to help you make a smart, informed decision and avoid costly surprises. Let me give you a more grounded look at what we're seeing in the market. Across our managed portfolio, we've seen steady rent growth over the past few years. In many areas, annual rent increases have averaged 5 to 8%, depending on location and property type. Properties that were renting for $1,300 or $1,400 a month 3 or 4 years ago are now leasing for $1,700 or more, and they're staying occupied. Despite higher interest rates, we've seen newer investors enter the market. There are those that focus on long-term appreciation and equity growth in the primary market, and other investors who focus on cash flow returns in the secondary and tertiary markets. We've also seen that properties in well-maintained working-class neighborhoods, not luxury developments, often produce the most consistent results. That might not be glamorous, but it's steady, and over time, steady wins. Investing in real estate isn't just about what you buy, it's also about how you manage it. That's especially true in Florida, where things like AC maintenance, roof life, pest control, and tenant communication really matter. As an owner, you should be asking, is this area likely to stay in demand? What's the realistic rent range, not just now, but 12 months from now? What's the average turnover time? How do I handle repairs, emergencies, and compliance with landlord-tenant laws? Good management answers those questions before they become problems. When you work with a dedicated property manager, one who knows the market, communicates clearly, and protects your asset, your investment becomes a lot less stressful and a lot more profitable. One thing I'll say, and this is personal for me, we believe in stewardship, not just in the financial sense, but in a broader sense. At State Property Management, we believe that we've been entrusted with our clients' properties, our team, and our reputation. All this should be handled with integrity and care. We strive to honor God in the way we conduct business, in how we treat people, and in the decisions that we make. That mindset has shaped how we serve both owners and tenants, and we believe that doing things the right way leads to long-term success, not just in business, but in life. So, why is Central Florida a great place to invest in long-term rentals? Explosive population growth, a strong diversified job market, no state income tax, year-round rental demand, predictable returns and equity growth, the availability of properties that produce a cash flow, and diverse opportunities at every budget. If you're considering buying a property here and want honest input from a management perspective, we'd love to talk. While we don't handle sales, we're happy to review properties you're considering with your realtor and give you our take on rentability, maintenance concerns, and overall investment outlook. Thanks for watching. If this was helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below with your questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future videos. Here's to smart investing, steady growth, and faithful stewardship.